Hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to be showing you a few of the t-shirts that are available from my new online store. I'm not a real fan of advertising on YouTube, and I find it really intrusive. You know, you go and watch a video these days and you'll be interrupted in the first minute or every couple of minutes after that with a video, many of which are up to 15 seconds long, and a lot of them now you can't actually skip through. So you're finding that if you want to watch something that's 20 minutes long, a nice interesting video on something, you've been constantly interrupted, and it just drives me crazy. I don't know about you, but I really can't stand it. So I thought instead of that, I'd offer a range of t-shirts for those who would like to support my channel, and these are the first few designs. I've done 6 designs, and I'll put the link to the store in the description below and also on the screen. And the first design is one that I did 11 years ago for the Festival of Italian Motorcycles in Melbourne, and I've repurposed this design for my YouTube channel. Now, the t-shirt features 4 of the classic super bikes of the 1970s. We've got a Moto Guzzi 750 V7, we've got a Ducati 750 SS, we've got a Benelli 6-cylinder 750 Se, and we've got a Laverda 1100 Triple. Those 4 bikes are set against the Italian flag, and I'm really quite pleased with that design. That's a design that came out really well at the time, and I'm quite pleased to actually re-release that design for my YouTube channel. Now, I haven't had samples made of all these designs. I've only had 3 samples made, but I've been quite pleased with the way they've come out. The colours don't always look the same on the shirts as they do on the screen, but that's to be expected. It's a different colour process. Now, the second shirt shows a Moto Guzzi 1000 Le Mans, and this is sort of done in a real period sort of 80s style with bright colours, and it really stands out. And this is actually my Moto Guzzi Le Mans on this particular t-shirt. The artwork was based on a picture of this particular bike. And I'm really pleased with the way that's come out. It's a really strong design, and really sets off this what is really a fairly unloved design. It wasn't a particularly popular motorcycle in its day when it was released in the 1980s. It looked a little bit different to this, but it still had this same sort of, as they call it, the bent banana rear ducktail. And in the final model, it had this sort of half fairing on it. The early ones had sort of a bikini style fairing on them. But in its day, it was not really considered a particularly attractive motorcycle. It's sort of a design that grows on you after time. Now, the third t-shirt, I've really just done a treatment of the standard Moto Guzzi round barrel engine on here, which was the mainstay of Moto Guzzi, or at least the big block Moto Guzzis, from the late 60s all the way up to almost the 21st century. It had life in one form or another in a whole range of motorcycles. And it's really an outstanding engine, and really it comes across as quite a statement on a t-shirt. The other thing I should mention is that the size of these images on the t-shirt remains the same no matter what size you pick. So this image on this t-shirt I suspect would actually look much better on a small. But I'm not a small, so for me, I get a smaller looking engine on a larger shirt for a shirt that fits me. Oh, one thing I shouldn't mention is that these shirts are printed in either the USA or in Europe. So if you live in either of those 2 areas, you'll get cheaper shipping than if you live in Australia. Shipping's a bit more expensive to parts of the world outside those 2 regions. I also found that the actual sizing, these shirts are a little bit larger than the sizes we get in Australia typically. So this is an XL, which is quite a large shirt. The XL that we typically get in Australia is probably a little smaller than this. So that's another thing to be aware of when you're ordering. Now, the next design I actually don't have a sample of, but I'll just put an image of that up on the screen. This is the 3-cylinder engine out of a Benelli TNT, and I've done a treatment on this, so it's bright and it's colourful, and it really shows the engine off really well on the shirt. So I'm quite pleased with this design. Now, the next design, this was done for those fans of Royal Enfield motorcycles. Now, I'm a real fan of the Indian-made Royal Enfield motorcycles that are coming off the production line today. They are a fabulous advance on the heritage of Royal Enfield, and anyone who is a fan of the modern Royal Enfields should have a look at these shirts and see if they like what they see. I've done an art treatment of their 3 current models. We've got the Himalayan, we've got the 650 GT Continental, and we've got the 500 Classic on there, all set off against the colours of the Indian flag. You know, if you're a bit of a patriotic about Indian Royal Enfields, you know, maybe this is a shirt that you should take a look at. The final design that I've done in this current collection is based on the Gilera 350 Saturno, and the artwork is based on my particular bike again, and it's sort of like a cafe racer t-shirt, and it's done again in strong colours. It should look really good on the shirt, and I'll be getting some samples of that one in a little bit later. Now, I've also offered some mugs on the side. I haven't had any of those printed and sent yet, so I'm not quite sure how they'll turn out, but I think if they're half as good as they look in the catalogue there, they should be fine. Now, I will be adding additional t-shirts to this range over time, so if you are interested in them, just keep an eye on it. I will actually mention them in some of my later videos if I've added new designs to the site. So if you would like to actually assist this channel and actually get something for yourself as well. Now, I've kept the branding fairly low key. I really didn't want to make these shirts about me. I wanted to make them about the motorcycles. So when you wear one of these shirts, you're not going to be advertising Mike's Machines per se. You're really advertising the motorcycle and your love of that particular bike when you wear it, and the actual advertising for the channel is just a low-key URL for the actual channel itself. So, you know, it's not in your face the way some channels brand their t-shirts and other merchandise. Well, I hope you'll check out my merchandise and give me some feedback, please. I'd really like to know what you think of the designs, and if you'd like to see anything else product-wise or design-wise offered in the channel. So I think that's about it for this particular video, and I'll catch you next time.